Hello, hello everyone! Welcome back to the stream. Today we are back on Le Mans Ultimate, back with some LMP2 racing. Last time we did the LMP2s was the daily races we tried, which happened to be at the same track we have tonight, Bahrain GP. Going to be an interesting one. We've got a multi-class, a bit of a smaller grid, so we do. Bit of a smaller grid for tonight. Looks like we have only 6 GTEs, but potentially 17 LMP2s. Might be a couple that haven't turned up. We are about to get underway for qualifying very soon. Make sure we have new tyres. Oh, I should make sure I use these ones. I didn't actually use these tyres at all. I just clicked start driving and then immediately came back to the pits, so they're not used in the slightest. And I'm going to hit start driving now. Get our wipers on. Not wipers, headlights on. And we'll head on out. There we go, a queue of cars at the end of pit lane. So we'll have to make a bit of space for ourselves. But yeah, we'll hopefully get 4 flying laps in. Welcome, Iris. Good to see you. And yeah, we don't have tire warmers. So it's all up to us to get tires up to temperature, and that's not a good way to get tires up to temperature. Car in front of us going really wide at turn 4. Maybe forgetting that, yeah, you can't brake as late as you normally do when you haven't got that tire temperature. Annoyingly, that does mean we don't quite have the space that I would like to have. Hopefully the car behind doesn't close up too much. They actually have just ran wide themselves. They've just spun themselves, running wide onto the curb. So yeah, we have all the space we need. Behind us. And then we will get going. Backing up a little bit here. The final corner. Everyone making sure that they have enough space. Head into T1 for the first time. Spot our braking point. Get the car slowed down nicely. No lockups. 3 T1. Car slides a little bit. 3 T2. So the tires still gotta get them up to temperature. Great line through the S's. Pushing a little too hard for how cold the tire is still. Well, there's a little too much of a cut on the inside. cars in front still weaving, trying to get more temperature into their tyres. Back up just a little bit more. And away we go. Evening, Kiki. Good to see you. You join us just as we start our first, I was going to say first representative flying lap, but locking the rears a bit in the braking zone for T1 is not a great start. Doing all right. Make sure not to turn into early and cut the left-hander there. Gears feel very short in this car. Obviously, this will be the short gear set. There will be a longer one for the likes of Le Mans. A little bit wide for the apex there. .8, we're going to want to try and at least get a low 52. Ideally, maybe even into the 51s. Brake for turn 1 much better this time, not locking the rears. A little bit wide on straddling the curb on exit of turn 4. That's a little bit of a cut. That's it. Hold out the throttle for a little bit, just make sure kept the lap valid there. Bit deep into turn 10, car in front runs wide. I think we might just be a second too late to get another lap in, especially if we get held up here. .1 or a quarter of a second down on could very well be a final lap here. Big twitch for the car in front. But yeah, they want to continue on their lap. That's that lap done. And having to back out means, yeah, we won't get another lap in. A little bit annoying. P6 isn't too bad, but we'll probably get bumped down a little bit. We didn't even have fuel for another lap. Yeah, we needed another 5.5 tenths to get up into the top 5. Not sure we had that. Definitely had a few more tenths, but not sure we had quite that much. We'll practice a pit entry here because we will need to pit at some stage in this race. Bit of a per pit entry there, to be honest. With the other car there might have been a bit of struggle, yeah. I either had to... either back out of that previous lap, what was my quickest lap there, hoping that then I could improve and could put in a good final lap and I didn't get held up, or just get the lap in and then, yeah, have that last lap thrown away from the traffic. So we'll put new tyres on, we'll put full fuel. I think we'll get 22 laps out of this. The race will probably be 32 or 33 laps. Depending on how pace is, probably more towards 32. I believe 10 laps is about... I think it's actually about... or 11 laps is about 32 litres. About 29 litres will get us 10 laps. So yeah, one of those two will make that decision when we get there. Through the race. But yeah, could be interesting. Let's see, are we still P6? We seem to still be in P6. Maybe a couple more cars to finish a lap off. And we've 3 people that look like they haven't turned up.
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
So we have a few minutes before start of the race. We'll be starting P6, which I believe will be the outside on the 3rd row, left-hand side. Yeah, obviously the GT3 cars have an interesting choice of tyres here. As you may have seen, we're limited to 8 tyres, or 2 sets of tyres. Practically 1 set for the race, 1 set for qualifying. Yeah, interesting choice in how the GT3s want to go about it. How well I think the soft tyres will last the full distance. If they maybe want to change on to their quali tyre during the pit stop, I'm not quite sure how far the GTEs can go on a full tank of fuel, if they're only going sort of 40 minutes or if they're going more 50 minutes, because that will obviously play a factor. And obviously how much they flat spot the tyres, that will be a factor too. But yeah, let's put ourselves on the grid, get the headlights on, and get the fuel sorted, so we don't have to worry about that later on. Best luck and have fun. Thank you very much. Hopefully it's a good race. Go make sure you don't lock the rear tires throughout the race. That's going to be the difficult part. I also love how much the UI lies to you when you're saying the pit stop up. It's like, oh yeah, 32 litres will do 13 laps. Well, hang on, how come 63 litres, which is a little under half, only do 22 laps? The math doesn't math there, game. But yeah, outside into T1, 3 rows back. A little bit nervous of this T1. Hopefully we can get through cleanly. That is the most important part, but you never know how this will go.
Formation lap has started.
Before we get into an hour of racing. Evening, Peter. Thank you for the good luck. Might need it on the outside of T1 here. Got a little bit more temperature in our tyres. Only, well, about 50 degrees have put in. And that's going to be under 45. Oh yeah, it's still going to be an interesting T1. Here we are, bunched up, ready for the start.
Green flag, green flag.
No bad start. Gonna be 3 wide into T1 as car on the right hand side to go per start. That's very much a squeeze into the first corner. Car behind was getting a little impatient, got into the silver car here, and eventually resulted in them spinning. So we're up to P5 now. A little bit front end damage. It was so tricky to avoid contact there. Everyone was just so bunched in. So yeah, hopefully that damage isn't too bad. We don't have the option to repair it, so that is a good sign. In there somewhere. I think judging on qualifying pace, going to struggle to keep up with the cars in front. So it's going to be about fending off the cars behind, and we've got a good gap on this opening lap. The impatient car spinning. Try and go up the inside. Yeah. I think you're right. Because I didn't notice it on the straight up to T4. So either I slightly tapped the back of the silver and grey car, or the sort of greyish car, in front of us, or the car that was on the inside and spun just tapped the front bumper ever so slightly. So at this point, everyone just settling into the race. Gap certainly opening up behind us a little bit. Can't win a race on T4, but you can certainly lose it. Yeah, I don't know if that was the car trying to... I think that was the car that was in P5. Trying to defend it, trying not to lose the place to me. Okay, similar, the lap times are on the relative. Sliding around a little bit there, trying to put the power down in the middle of the S's. Behind invalidated last lap. Seem to just be keeping this grey car honest at the moment. A little bit deep into turn 10. Just trying really hard not to lock a tyre. a little bit poor there. Car behind ran wide there, coming through the final corner. Certainly cost them a bit of time. Car in front had a good final sector there. That gives us a little more breathing room to the car behind. Person that qualified P4 is now in the lead. Yeah, good showcase of how qualifying isn't the end all or be all. Especially with how close it was in qualifying between the top 5. Better lap here. If you can't tell, I'm struggling a little bit with traction and just the rear end of the car sliding around a little bit as I'm trying to put the power down out of corners. P2. Had a yellow flag here in turn 4, but it's cleared as we caught up. It's GTE. Just made that a bit awkward. Wasn't really close enough to dive bomb them. They left me the space as if I was going to. As we've seen in qualifying, there's not the biggest difference of pace between the GTs and the LMP2s. It's only about 8 or 9 seconds between the fastest in each class. Car in front's had a bit of a messy lap, even after getting in front of the GTE. You can see the car in third setting a new fastest lap of the race, a second quicker than the leader last lap. Interesting. race at the moment, going to 31 laps. Very wide for the car in front. LMP2 car spun in front. That was the leader. Leader no more. Could hear the engine revs just a little bit higher as we came into T1 that time. Just getting a bit of slipstream from the car in front. It'll be interesting to see now what the pace is of the previous race leader. If they're able to show some pace and start to pull away again, or if they're gonna struggle and make this a three-way battle. Could be a four-way battle. Car behind's still not far back. T1, yeah. They're getting back on pace. Bit of a lock-up of the front left. Still got the car slowed down. But as you can see in the bottom left, the front left tyre is the most worn tyre. So we don't want to lock it up and cause it any more unnecessary wear. Or put a flat spot on it and make it easier to lock up on throughout the rest of the race. The car behind is fallen back a little bit this lap. As we set new personal bests, so does the car in front. car behind, nearly a second slower. Strive for a GTE in front. That's a really weird place to be parked. Yeah, not too long till we're catching the GT cars. Looks like it was a small GT field that signed up, with one person not turning up and one having already retired. That's got quite small. Hopefully that GT that's spun or having issues doesn't retire as well, but I would imagine that they will. So that will leave us with just 4 GTs. And there's the first one that we will be lapping properly. Contact between them and the other LMP2. Just about getting the second Porsche before turn 11, which was very important if we want to keep up on the rear bumper of this grey LMP2 car. Still got a couple of more cars to pass. Definitely within slipstream here of the car in front. Though I think they've got a slightly better exit. Maybe they have a lower wing as well. Deep into T1 for them. Welcome, Nerefs. Good to see you. Hope you're keeping well. Join us just over 20 minutes into our 1 hour race. Qualified P6 up to P5 on lap 1. Now we're chasing down P4. Wide for the car in front. You can see there's some fighting going on up in front between 2 LMP2s. That was Spike trying to hang it round the outside. This is first and second actually fighting. We were about 6 seconds off the lead. Now we're only 3.5 as they continue to fight towards the final corner. Still one more GT to pass. Lock up for the grey car. They run wide. That gives us P4. Fry flashing the third place LMP2. Sure we get a good exit. Right, now we have fourth place. It'll be interesting to see how the grey car tries to come back at us. A little bit wide onto the curb for the grey car behind. It's going to compromise their traction down this back straight. Nearly matching our personal best. I'd say the race might go to a 32nd lap. And a little bit wide there. Our first track limit point, but we've got plenty to spare. Say we are keeping up with cars in front. turn to go for a lockup into turn 10. Lockup wasn't too bad, didn't run too wide either, only lost a few tenths. Also coming up to lap an LMP2 car. And that's third place, locking the rear brakes. The LMP2 very slow. About as slow as a GT3 car, never mind a GTE car. Ooh, something happened behind. I don't know if that LMP2 car, the back marker, went into the back of the car we were fighting, the grey car. But both of them ran wide off the track. That's given us P3 and more breathing room. Interesting to see here higher pace compares to the car in second place. They were leading at one point. Not anymore. Just starting to lock the front left up a little bit more and more. Just gotta be careful of that. This is our pole sitter. Then they might have some damage as we've just passed the halfway point in the race. We've got 6 laps of fuel. We actually just set the fastest lap of the race. Interesting. Now that lap car that was causing some issues has taken a trip through pit lane and come out back in front of us. Just coming up to the middle sector, the more technical part of the track. Yes, I put a lot of faith in them there to turn left out of the S's. I think they had to spin into turn 9 under braking there. Three-second gap to the car behind. We do have the fastest lap of the race. now the lap counter's dropped back down to 31 laps, so that's a bit of an awkward slide. Trying to put down the power in the S's. A little bit of a lock up there in the front left. Wasn't too bad though. Leader is still showing good pace. That's a definite cut. A lot more confident on the brakes than the car in front. That's good to know, at least into turn 4. Lap counters jump back up to 32 laps. Three more laps. That'll get us to lap 22 as predicted. As game says, 32 litres of fuel required. What's very interesting is even though all the LMP2 cars are the same car, you know, so me and the car in front, exactly the same car, but we must be running different setups. Of course, we all have our strengths and weaknesses as drivers. The car in front, struggling a little bit with braking, I would say. Like how much we close in there. But they're definitely better on traction out of corners than we are. This is the closest we have been. Just lifted and coasted a little bit. Part of me is thinking, kind of like what we did at Qatar. Just lift and coast, save fuel, and hope for a shorter pit stop to put us out in front. But it'd be too late to do that now. We won't save a sufficient amount of fuel. You're kidding me. So much for getting the move done when we really needed it. I was like, I don't really want to follow this car into pit lane. You know, we're better than them under braking. You know, I don't want to get held up by them in the pit entry or run into the back of them. So I was like, oh great, we got the move done. Nearly ran into the back of this car. They were very safe on the brakes. Just my luck. Oh, we jumped that car. Now we definitely have front end damage. worst part of this is that we're now in no man's land. 7 seconds to the car in front, 8 seconds to the car behind. It's like, no, unless we're going to be a second lap quicker than the cars in front of us, we're never getting ourselves back onto the podium. I mean, 4th isn't a bad result. You know, you said before the race, oh yeah, you're going to get P4. I'd be quite happy with that. But when I could have had a good battle for P2, you know, even if I finished P3, it's like, oh, we've been a fun battle. You know, or even if I did finish P4, but it was because I was fighting with the other 2 cars in front of us, and it was fun, you know. It's like, oh yeah, you know, it's a fun race, that's what matters. Not only has it spoiled us of a good result, it's also taken us out of the battle. You know, if it was just a case of, oh, I got held up, I lost the place, but I was still on the tail end of them, okay, that's not too bad, you know, the fight carries on, it's still good fun. I mean, P2 might have picked up damage in that. Which, if they did, and it means we have a chance of catching them, then okay, it's something. Front has had a slow lap. There's another lapped car in front, in between the 2 cars in front for position. Hopefully they have a little more common sense. Thing I've got to be careful of is, of course, I'm driving a little bit angry. I'm pushing. And well, yeah, we're going quickly at the moment. Don't want to push too hard and make a mistake and throw the small chance that we have currently away. I'll tell you this, I don't feel calm. I just understand that letting emotions get to me really is not a good thing at the moment. It's not going to help my driving at all. You know, it's only going to cause me to make mistakes and ruin the race even further. And I am on stream. So I don't really, you know, don't want to say anything that I shouldn't be saying. I don't like what that LP2 car did. Like, I appreciate letting me past, but I was close to just running into the back of them because I wasn't expecting it. It wasn't predictable. But I'm glad they didn't hold me up. Yeah, they were just letting me through. But not in a very clever way. Eight minutes to go in the race. Still chance for us to converge in on each other. I just realized I put one lap too much fuel in. That cost me a second or two in the pit stop. That'd be quite handy round about now. That's a really bad turn 10. I need to P2 and P3 hold each other up. Really slow each other down. Because they're definitely going to converge on each other before I get there. Coming up on a GTE. Sure it's going to go in our favor. Don't really care about track limits at the moment. I think we might just catch after turn 10. Nope, we're going to catch in turn 10. Luckily, we didn't lose too much time from that. I think the biggest loser was P3. 5 minutes to go. Three laps to go. Thing is, can we catch? Very possibly. Will we have the time to make an overtake? No. That's the problem. The problem isn't us catching them, it's actually having the time to make a move, make an overtake. I mean, before the pit stop, you know, how many laps were we behind Spike? Before, you know, eventually we were able to make a move. If I actually calculated fuel correctly, 2 seconds, we would have had a fair chance at P3 still. Two laps to go. It's not a good lockup. On to the final lap. Look at that, we're catching up to GTE traffic as well. One more lap. One more lap would have been really interesting there. The two GTE cars, that was the lap we were really going to converge on each other. We will take fastest lap. We will be the only car to get a 51-second lap time. Or 1 minute 51. At least it was still close in the end. I mean, what, 3/10 between us and P3, only a further second up to P2. One more lap with the GTE cars that we were going to have to lap. That would have been such an interesting final lap if there was just one more. Or if I didn't put in an extra lap of fuel, it seems like so little, so little. Just take out 3 litres of fuel. I didn't see exactly how much fuel we ended up on, but take 3 litres out. Had a 20-second pit stop instead of 22-second pit stop. Been 2 seconds closer. We would have caught up, instead of catching on the final lap, we would have caught up with 3, maybe 4 laps to go. Maybe could have got P3. I don't think we would have got P2. The time we'd have lost fighting for P3 would have meant that we had no chance. We would have lost too much time. But 4 cars DNF'd, 4 did not attend. Well, that's some of the top runners that didn't attend. Oh, well, yeah, why not? Let's do a GTE race. We've only been going not even an hour and a half at this point. Let's run one GTE race. Um, 8 minutes till the server goes up. There'll be 3 minutes of practice, just time for everyone to get into the server, and then qualifying will begin. So about 10 minutes till qualifying. It looks like we are third highest rated driver at the moment. We'll probably drop a few spots, but yeah, it's looking like guaranteed top split race. Second place was saving fuel. They finished with 0.1 litres. So yeah, that's why they were so slow and why we were catching. But yeah, just have a little moment to relax. So yeah, only a few more minutes to wait now. But yeah. So GTs at Sebring, we did a couple of these races last week. On Wednesday after our race at Qatar. Um, yeah, I do recommend watching that stream. We had some good racing. Gained a bit of safety rating, gained a little bit of driver rating. I think in the end, or was pretty even. But yeah, we had a couple of good races, so we did. Which was good. They were fun. I am just go back out of this menu for a moment and then load it back in. Just to update this board, yeah, we've now dropped down to sixth. I can see a lot more drivers in. Um, but yeah, it was good fun racing. Unfortunately, that didn't mean we minimized our safety rating gain. Luckily, we still gained. We didn't lose, which is the main thing. But yeah, um, didn't get to make any big jumps of progress. Kind of looking for, but the races were fun. It's this annoying thing with LMU, the daily races. You either have a fun race, some good battles, but you don't make the safety rating gains you want, or you have a lonely, boring race that allows you to get your safety rating. Being in top split, I don't think it's going to be lonely and boring. But yeah, hopefully it's a good. If it's not lonely and boring, hopefully it's a good race. Hopefully it's clean. That's the important thing. Last thing we want is kind of a bad um close race that's quite dirty and we end up losing safety rating. That is the last thing that we want. So yeah, hopefully we'll get into the server in just a moment. There we go. At least we don't have any panic of, oh, they had to restart our game because it didn't show up properly and wasn't giving us the option to get in, like on Wednesday. Oh, that could be a little scare. Loading in there. So yeah, rated sixth in the lobby. Oh my god, Ferraris and Porsches. I wonder what's the best GTE car at Sebring. Not one Aston. Not one. Right, so let's put in, right, my fuel. Will we get 3 flying laps? Yeah, that will do. Soft tires. Let's go. Oh, and we're at this end of the pit lane. So we don't have so far to drive. I mean, still got pretty much the entire length of the actual pit lane, but we don't have to drive too far to get to that corner. Session goes green. I can't remember what lap times we're looking for. I don't think this will be the best qualifying session just because I'm trying to remember everything from last week. But yeah. Hopefully it won't be too bad. Take a bit easy into the final corner. And we go for our first flying lap of 3. Going to take it a little bit easy on this one just to feel things out again. Last thing we want to do is just put a big flat spot on a tyre. That will hurt us for the rest of our 3 flying laps. This hasn't felt too bad of a lap, especially since I'm not pushing too hard. Second off the current quickest time. Over a second now. Go away with that. So 1.7 seconds off the top, currently in P9. But we are 6/10 up. Eight tenths up now. Full second up now. Have to imagine other people are improving a bit too. Try and break a little bit later into sunset. Don't think it was a great idea though. We lost by a 10th. But we're up to P6. Finding time at turn 1. A little bit of understeer 3. Turn 4. Cost us a 10th. Fighting to be top Porsche, it looks like. deep into the right-hander here. Costs us a tenth and a half even. Well, that's an awful line. Yeah. Tyres, I think, just a little past their best now. Especially the front tyres. So there we are, P8 at the moment. Still a little bit of time for people to finish final laps. 1.2 off the top. I maybe could have got P6. Maybe could have got P6. Yeah. One Porsche in front of us, the rest being Ferraris.
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
But yeah, let's put in the... We only need 10 laps of fuel. 36 litres, let's put on new soft tyres as well. Oh yeah, there's well, a slight chance this goes to 11 laps. So yeah, I'll bring 11 just to be safe. It's not like, oh, we're losing that much time. We're just going to be a little bit heavier. Starting on the 4th row on the right-hand side. That'll be the outside of T1 again. A little nerve-wracking. Little nerve-wracking. On the outside of T1 here. Yeah, hopefully everyone keeps it clean. Hopefully we can survive and get through cleanly. And then, yeah, we're really just looking to have a clean race. That is the main target. Everything else is a bonus. Bit of a breakaway. So yeah, hopefully we survive. Hopefully it's a decent start. I don't mind if we lose a place or two. Just want to survive. No instance. Hopefully no contact at all. But if it's a wee brush, yeah, whatever, it can happen. Here we are, waiting for the lights.
Green flag, green flag.
Clean start, let's go. Just push me onto the grass then. I'll remember that. That rubbing isn't going to be good for the safety rating, but I hope. Fry was having a look, but don't think the move was on. Issue behind, yellow flag. But yeah, just want to keep it clean now. Try and build a bit of a gap to the Ferrari. And yeah, take it to the end of the race. Ferrari ran a little bit wide there, going to compromise their exit. Hopefully they'll fight with the Porsche behind, and that'll just help us build the gap. Ferrari's just keeping us honest at this point. I'd like to try and get a little bit closer to the cars in front. That's a little bit messy there. But yeah, getting closer to the cars in front isn't a big deal. But it would be nice just to keep on the tail end, stay in the slipstream. Later ran a 59. No mistake for the car in front. Clipped the inside curb. Really unsettled the car. Will allow us to close in. Not really the way I wanted to close in. I'd like to close in, get a little bit of slipstream, help it to pull us away from the Ferrari. I don't want to close in and then get backed up by them into the Ferrari behind. That's the last thing I want, is to sort of be sandwiched between two people. Ferrari a little bit wide into the braking zone there behind us. They've broken away from the cars behind them, so they're not under any pressure. Which means they can put their full focus on trying to catch us. Not ideal. Yellow flag in front. Well, I assumed in front, maybe it was behind. quite a fight coming on up ahead. Silver Fry is looking slow, so Blue Fry is starting to fight them. It's backing this train up. Blue Fry going for a move down the inside. Are they going to get it done? They're still side by side on the exit. Blue Fry's going to have the inside again for this next braking zone. So can I complete the move this time? They still going to continue side by side. Blue Fry getting themselves in front, nudging the Fry on the outside, just squeezing them out, closing the door. And sealing the move to be done. That yellow Porsche having a look to the inside of the Silver Fry, nearly taking them out. Just about able to back out of the move in time. So that backed us up then. And now the Silver Fry behind us is closed in. And they're not alone now. Look up there. Silver Fry is under a lot of pressure from a red Ferrari. We've dropped back a little bit from the Porsche. Silver Fry going defensive. Red Fry sending it round the outside. Looks like they've got the move done. They have indeed. Respect to Silver Fry not running it too deep into the brakes and then running into the side of me. I had a little bit of worry that they might do that, but no, they played it safe, played it sensibly, but did cost them a position. Big lock up for the yellow Porsche in front. Not ideal. Gonna give us a run, but not close enough to make a move. And so it's just gonna back us up into this red Ferrari. Ten minutes into the race. 10 minutes to go. Fry got a good run there. They give us a little nudge on the rear. Enough on the brakes to not allow them to send it down the inside. Don't know if I heard another little breath of contact. Hope not, as won't be doing our safety rating any good. I don't think we're going to be able to get rid of this red fry. They have good pace. So unless they make a mistake, I think they're here to stay. Big sideways moment for the silver fry in front. That's going to let the yellow Porsche through. Red Fry really gains on the entry to T1, but loses all the time and more on the exit because they just run it in too quick. Lock up for the silver fry in front. They're definitely struggling. Ideally, I'd like to put this silver fry between us and the red one. How easy that will be to make happen, I don't know. I'll have to see if the silver fry opens up any opportunities, makes any mistakes, any more mistakes, I should say. Just hopefully whatever they do doesn't back us up into the red fry and lose us the place. Yeah, mistake there from the silver fry, just running wide through the penultimate corner. Don't miss the gear shift. It's not a good time to do that. Oh no, I'm the one to lose the rear end. That lays the silver fry back in front. Just try and get as much slipstream off them as I can to help defend from the red fry. On the outside, they're not able to do anything through T1. That is playing it safe through sunset. Trying not to run the car in deep. But yeah, rear end got loose, and that was that. Lock up for the yellow Porsche. Took too much inside curb. Couldn't trust to putting down the throttle. Might have spun the car. Loses us a bit of ground to the silver Ferrari. The lock up turning in for the right-hander there. That allowed the Ferrari to close in a little bit. Slipstream might get them alongside. Silver Ferrari out very wide. Oh, referee's got the cut back here. I just caught the grass. Oh, come on. Oh, that was so tight. I'm more annoyed that the contacts spun us rather than the contact itself. Like, yeah, they could have left a little bit more room. But trying to judge that, you know, is very finely. So yeah, I'm not annoyed about the contact. Oh, a nice front right lock up. Just annoyed that it cost us so much time. And that's going to cost us safety rating. I've flat spotted the front right, haven't I? Yeah, I have. Come on, front right. It's not that bad. Yeah, I can't push the car into corners anymore with the brakes. Because front right just wants to lock now. Final lap? Final lap. My front right's understeering. Three T1. For goodness sakes. Don't flash me, you're the one that was parked sideways across the track. Okay, come on, front right. Nice, runs into the back of me. I just can't do much with this front right anymore. It's just too easy to lock. Red Fry put a couple of wheels onto the grass. Just compromises their exit. But this is the final lap of the race. Because flat spot is just really bad. Red car had a twitch in the background. That will be P10. So it will be. I don't want to mess around and have anyone crash into me. Yeah, not the greatest race. Uh, yeah. Fun racing. I like if we gain safety rating, I'll be a little bit surprised to be honest. Um, but yeah, it's a fun race. Like that is my one annoyance of this game at the moment in dealer races specifically. You have a great race like that, little minor bits of contact. I'd say that contact that spun me there was the biggest, technically the biggest bit of contact I've had in any daily race. And it wasn't that bad. It was just hard racing. Um, but the safety rating gain, I don't think in any race where I've been like, oh yeah, that was a good race. I don't think I've gained more than 1 arrow of safety rating, which is the frustrating part of this game. It's like the game really needs to realize, okay, that was a small bit of contact. That shouldn't count against the safety rating. Because, it's like, oh yeah, great race, but it killed my safety rating for no reason. Um, yeah, let's see. Two, two arrows. We're up to B3. Yeah, so we lost 2 positions, obviously, with that little spin. Worse than ACC? I can't really say. I can't really say. Our driver rank went down a little bit, which I feel is a little bit harsh. I mean, that spin obviously didn't help. But yeah, race contact times 5. That should not be times 5. I'm surprised also gained 27.6% safety rating despite that. To be fair, that's the only contacts we had. But this should not be times 5. It should maybe be times 3. I can think of 3 contacts we had that was like, okay, maybe there should be a little deduction for that. But of them, only one was really significant. And that I was partly at fault for. It's a little bit annoying, but yeah. 4 clean quality laps, 6 race clean race laps. Yeah, that gets us a good bit of safety rating, and we are finally up to rank 3 in bronze. One more to go until we get into silver, and we can do some of the other daily races. Yay! But yeah, there's another one in 2 minutes, but I'm gonna leave that it as is. One was enough for me, but then like these other races, we'll get to do what the prototype trophy. Well, that's at least what we have for this season at Bahrain, of course. Upcoming, there's also the GT3 fixed or the ALMS Sprint Cup. So yeah, we'll have a bit more choice. These, I believe, change over in the next some point tomorrow. So yeah, we'll be doing another couple of races on Wednesday. We'll obviously have something a little bit different. But yeah, I don't think we'll quite get into silver safety rating this week, but we are one step closer, and hopefully we'll be hopefully we'll sort of be halfway there to doing so at the end of this week. So yeah, that has been the Mon Ultimate. Yeah, why not? Let's do as usual. We've been a little bit inconsistent on this. But let's finish off with the Art of Rally daily event. I might do the weekly. Yeah, let's do the weekly event as well while we're at it. But yeah, as you were saying, Geeky, worse than ACC. It's hard to say, of course, because ACC's had its own safety rating that I kind of got up to around 99 to max in like early time in some early races, and then it barely changed ever. So I can't really say anything about that. Then there's the LFM one, which um, it's you can't judge the LF one that harshly because it's not made by Kunos in ACC. It's made by sort of the lead people in a community admins using what's available to them through ACC. So it'd be unfair to say, oh yeah, the LFM one isn't good because it's like they're just trying to do the best they can with what they've got, and they haven't done a bad job. Um, would I say this is worse than ACC? It's very similar. Honestly, very similar. Um, yeah, the one thing I liked is that um, the one thing I like about LFM safety rating is that obviously they had their own system separate from the ACC system, but if your ACC rank was really good, they had a way to get a head start in theirs. Give you an instead of starting at 2.5, you started at 3.5. Um, and like the first tier, like from bronze to silver, was getting past 4.0. So that's like instead of starting at B1, starting at B2 in LMU, or or more like you start at B2. By default, you can go down to B1, but you can but if you have a good like ranking from community races, from hosted races and hosted servers, you could start at B3 rather than having to go through B2. Um, but yeah, let's get into this daily event. We ran this on. It was not Friday. We ran on Wednesday. We got 66th, top 20%. Wasn't the greatest of runs. Yeah, let's see. We can do Group 4 at Finland, short 3.2 kilometer stage, mostly on gravel, bit of tarmac in this. We have, what is this? Volvo? Volvo's my guess, probably isn't. Reminds me of Volvo. This is where we come on to the gravel for the rest of the stage. Of course, WRC had Rally Finland over the weekend. Absolutely a Volvo, yeah. I was right then. Of course, Finland, known for its high speeds, of which the weekend there was actually the fastest WRC rally ever, clocking in at an average of 129.95 kilometers per hour. So yeah, that's pretty incredible. And of course the jumps of Finland, it's not just a flat, smooth road. A lot of undulation to it. A lot of jumps. If you see a video clip from Finland, it's highly likely, as I turn in way too early there, it's highly likely a rally car going over a few crests, getting into the air, and you can just hear the engine hitting off the limiter as it's in the air. Lovely shots. But yeah, 42nd there. That late mistake cost me so much. Top 15%, could have been top 10%, well into the 30s had I not made that mistake. But oh well. Oh well. Let's see what the weekly rally has on offer. I think we've missed a couple of weeks for this. Yeah, missed that week. Missed the last 3 weeks. Ew. Last time at the start of July, a month ago now, we got 37th, top 5%. We didn't do the week before that either, so we've done one of the last 5 weeks. We're at Kenya in another Group 4 car for this week. 4.4 kilometer gravel stage, to start us off, what have we got? Renault Turbo 5, or Renault 5 Turbo. Very twitchy car, very difficult rear-wheel drive car. And this is a very quick stage to start off. You can see there, just try and put the power down out of the first corner, how the car moved around. Yeah, I always loved the Renault 5, especially in Forza. It was a good fun car, but very, very difficult, especially on simulation steering. There were many sim twitches. Many moments of going back and forth on the wheel, just trying to get the car back into a straight line. And that's what I loved about it. It was so difficult. The car would really bite you. But if you managed to control it, it was good. Oh, that's very costly. Just not quite able to correct the slide properly. And this slide across the grass on the outside just takes all of our momentum away. And look at that. I think we're flat out to the finish line. Oh, no, screw off, game. That reset cost us 10 seconds. 5-second penalty plus 5 seconds from being stopped dead, reset, and then going again. Just a not good landing off the jump. So difficult when you've got a slight curve in the road like that to land the car straight on the road. I knew I was going to lose momentum from not being on the road, but being far enough off for the game to reset me, yeah, that feels harsh. So we're well down the order. Bottom half, 160th odd. And we're starting with the same stage again in the other direction. This is a jump that give us troubles. Luckily, much easier as we come off the start in this direction. There was a little bumper, something there that twitched the car to the side a little bit just before the jump and the corner. Put me off a little bit there. Oh, that's bad run through there. Lose a lot of momentum. Will cost us a lot of time. You know how difficult it is to judge some of these high-speed corners. Just how much speed can you take through them exactly? These corners aren't too bad, because you're not coming into them too quickly. And if you make a mistake through them, you're not losing 20 kilometers an hour through like the next 10 seconds of the stage. Up to 85th now, top 30%. We gained a lot of positions there. So we did, and hopefully we can gain a lot more into this third stage. 10.8 kilometers coming up now. No repairs to make, just clean the car, and off we go. This stage is going to be quite a bit more technical. But that should give us the opportunity to make up some more positions. Of course, now that we've made up so many positions, it's going to be harder to make up the same amount of ground. But all we can do is try our best. That wasn't too bad through there. I was a little bit worried about turning in early and hitting the inside hay bale. That crest could make that left-hander quite difficult. Better to take it easy in and then get a good exit for this next section. A little bit of a slide there, trying to make sure I didn't run the car off the road. Can be a bit difficult at times to be precise on this game, just using a controller. Sometimes the car doesn't turn in quite how you want it to. Puts you out of position and leaves you trying to scramble to gather things up. Couple of little mistakes so far, but nothing major. A little bit wide there with the crest, but nothing too bad. Elevation incredibly important to a good time on this stage. Knowing when you can push a corner a little bit more because the elevation is going to help you, and knowing when you just need to back off through a corner because the elevation is going to hinder you. Of course, with this camera angle, it can be a little bit difficult at times to see when you're coming over a crest into a corner. And when the car's going to grip up through a corner as the car digs into the ground. I lost a little bit of time there. Just off the road slightly. Not too far to the finish now. See, that's a difficult corner right there. The car will grip up as you start to ramp up over the hill, but then you immediately get into a crest through the second part of the corner. Up to 32nd, top 10%, another, what, like 50 places gained there? Yeah, really good going now. Let's see what we can do in this final stage. 9.5 kilometers. Some blind corners through this stage, like that one, as we drive along this cliff face. Also have the barrier there on the left hand side. Ready to collect you if you make any mistakes. Look at this right-hander. Very hard to tell how tight that corner is just because you can't see the exit. With the cliff face, you don't know how much to commit to it. If you overcommit, you'll put yourself into the ocean. Undercommit and you'll give up so much time. Maybe could have been a little bit braver through there. Needed to turn in earlier there. Carry a bit more momentum. Bit more like that. Because the wide line meant we couldn't carry momentum. we were too low in the gear, didn't get good acceleration off of the chicane. Not the greatest run through there, but wasn't too bad. Get another blank corner, you just don't quite know how tight it is. Not too far from the finish now. Coming up to a jump here. How brave do we be? Took a little lift and a brake. Could have went flat out over it, but better safe than sorry. There's the finish. 3 minutes, 2 seconds, 0.4. And we get up to 25th. Top 10%. 53.1 seconds off the lead. I mean, we could have been 10 seconds further up. We could have been in the top 20. Potentially the top 5%. But that little error at the end of the first stage, very, very costly. But yeah, the result seems good, but this is the second day of the weekly event. There are just over 5 more days. I know it says 6 there, but when it says 1 day, it means it's the final day. So yeah, it kind of shows 1 more day than there really is, which is a little bit confusing, but yeah, that is going to be it for today's stream. Some good racing action, a couple of frustrating incidents. But yeah, that's how racing goes sometimes. A couple of frustrating incidents, still some good fun racing. Good safety rank progress in that one daily race, which is always good, even if we did lose a little bit of driver rank. Yeah, the main thing is the safety rank, and yeah, we made progress there. Yeah, Bahrain, good fun in the LMP2 car. Shame about the lapped car, but ayo. Shame there wasn't 1 or 2 more laps as well. Nothing we can do about that. We just have to take that and move on. Next stream, I will be back on Wednesday. We will have another 45-minute race with TSRC. 2 times fuel, 2 times tyre wear means it's strategy-wise, we're looking at a 90-minute race. In GT3s, we've got hypercars as well, multi-class action. We used strategy to great effect last week at Qatar, and as I said, if you didn't see that stream, I do recommend going and checking it out. I'll not spoil what happened in case you haven't seen it, but yeah, hopefully we can get a similar result. Would be quite good at Imola this Wednesday. That will be starting. That stream will be starting 8 o'clock BST, and as we did last week, we'll run 1 or 2 daily races afterwards. We'll see what we get for Wednesday, what daily races are scheduled. They do change some point tomorrow, so they will be. It won't be GTEs at Sebring again like we've had last week and today. It'll be something else, and we'll just have to wait and see what that will be. But yeah, hopefully we can make some more progress with the safety ranking there as well, and it can be some good fun. And then on Friday, again, we'll have some more sprint races, 2 20-minute sprints in MX5 Cup cars on the original Seto Corsa. This week we will be at another brilliant F1 track, or former F1 track in this instance. We're going to see, not Sebring, Sepang, Malaysia. Wonderful circuit. F1 hasn't been there since 2017, of course, but when it did go, it was great circuit, lovely to drive, offered up some good racing, and the weather sometimes was just absolutely crazy, remembering back to 2009. We haven't raced it in like ever. I don't think I've done a race round there. So it'll be nice to do a race around there. I'd like to do it in something a little bit quicker than MX5s, but hey, that's what we've got scheduled for Friday. We might do something afterwards. Maybe we do some more LMU daily races. Maybe we do something else. We'll have to think about it. Um, Otherwise, it'll be a bit of a short stream. But hey, we'll think about it. We'll see what happens. It was great fun. Again, great racing last week. If you didn't see last stream, again, recommend you go check it out. The second race was fabulous, and just when it was maybe getting a little bit more spread out, starting to calm down, oh boy, did it end on a high note. Yeah, if you haven't seen that stream, go check it out. It was wonderful. Um, and yeah, that's what we have planned for the rest of this week. Wednesday and Friday uh, evening, 7 p.m. on Friday, I should add. 7 p.m. 8 p.m. on Wednesday, UK time, BST. Um, so, yeah, hopefully some great racing. Maybe we'll get something planned for the next couple of Mondays. Currently got nothing, but I'll maybe try and find something. Um, but yeah, that's going to do it. Thank you, Iris. Thank you, Geeky, for being around chatting. Thank you, Nora and Peter, as well, for popping in for a little bit earlier as well. It was great to see you all. Hope you all enjoyed the racing action this evening. Hopefully, I'll see you on either Wednesday or Friday. But yeah, until then, oh, and thanks, of course, to anyone that was lurking throughout the stream. But yeah, until next time, enjoy the rest of your Monday evening. Enjoy the start of the week. Hope that it's your weeks all start off well and continue on well. But yeah, hopefully I'll see you on Wednesday. If not, maybe on Friday. Until then, yeah, have a wonderful week. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.